Okay, so welcome to Any Sunday Songwriters. I'm excited and so pleased to announce my guest this week. According to the way this looks on my screen, right below my little box is Jen Cass and her husband Eric, who is going to be accompanying her. And welcome, Jen. And
I'm so excited to be here. I was going to be here once before, but I got incredibly sick.
Yes, don't do that anymore, okay?
I know, I'm really healthy today.
Forbidden.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jen comes to us from Michigan still?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
And right next to her is, again, I'm really excited to be able to say this, is my friend Eric Schwartz, who I believe is in California, but it's hard to tell where anybody is anymore. Is that where you are, Eric?
That is not where I am.
Where are you?
Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh my gosh. Well, on the other end of the universe is Eric Schwartz. And I am here in Austin, Texas, holding down the middle. And we are so happy to be here. And I hope you enjoy the show. I know you will. So, Jen, why don't you go ahead and kick it off?
Absolutely.
And tell us a little bit about yourself and sing us a song.
All right. So I'm Jen Cass. I've been a singer-songwriter for many, many years. I've seen both of you around the circuit for probably 2 decades or more. Hi, Eric's waving at me. Hi, Cal. I haven't seen you in forever.
Forever.
It's lovely to see you. Coming to you live from our little venue that we have, that we host a lot of singer-songwriters as they tour through here at Farmhouse Folk. This is the lovely Farmhouse Folk. With me, as always, is my sweet husband, Eric Janetsky. He'll be confusing everyone all night by referring to Eric and having both of them go, what? So this is a song we wrote for our daughter. There was a moment where we thought we would probably never tour or write again because we have 5 kids. Yeah, so many. And we realized one day that they'd gotten old enough to play together without help from us. And it was a miraculous moment. And so some writing immediately began. And this is the first song we wrote. It's called Cannonball Girl. I'm going to shoot a little hello out to my dad, who's out there. Hi, Dad. All right, Cannonball Girl. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Swayed and the clouds rolled away, and I lay on my back in the breeze. I whispered my plans to the mud on my I get the snaps from Schwartz.
Do you know where that comes from, Eric?
No.
I do. Long ago, yeah, here's a story. I'll try to make it quick. Long ago, I worked at the Gaslight on McDougal Street in New York. And David Bromberg came in one day and he was telling us all about the history because he'd been there since the beginning and we had not. And one of the things he told us was there's a big round table up in the front right next to the stage. That was traditionally the table for the people that worked there. Nobody else could sit at that table unless nobody in the actual employ of the Gaslight wanted it. And the other thing he told us was that Sam Hood, who opened the Gaslight from at the beginning, he dug out that basement and carted dirt off in the middle of the night so he wouldn't get caught at it. And literally like pulling dirt out and digging it out night after night. And he finally opened up the Gaslight, but it wasn't really created to be a space to have anything in. So when it rained, the walls seeped. And when people performed there and the audience clapped, all the people in the apartments that are above the storefront, they all could hear it. And they would call the cops because, of course, since he dug the basement out and put a little cabaret in there, he did not have a license for that. So David told us that when somebody did a performance, they would do this so that the people upstairs couldn't hear them. And I distinctly remember a couple of performances. The one that stands out in my mind is we had Big Mama Thornton all week, and it had been raining all week. And she liked to come in through the audience and get up on the stage. So she would literally wade through about 6 inches of water to get to this. And by the end of the week, that woman was so pissed off. You didn't dare get near her. And I remember the woman who was managing the place, like, pretty much threw her check at her and ran. So that's the story.
Cool. That's a good story. I always wondered that. I always assumed it was a beat poetry kind of thing. Like, we are too cool to clap. Like, that was my...
Well, maybe so after the initial, but we're too cool to get arrested was part of it.
Aha.
Anyway, so Eric, tell us about yourself and, sing us a song.
All right. So my name is Eric Schwartz. I have a career, a past career, and possibly who knows future career as a singer-songwriter, but I'm currently in graduate school to get a degree in music therapy.
Whoa, nice.
And mental health counseling, which is helpful because it will help me understand me for the first time. So I'm living in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I am hoping that our sound is going to be good. And can you hear me? Everything? Yeah? All right, good. Normally I begin shows when I play with the following song that I wrote right before I started playing again after things loosened up COVID-wise. And I'm going to play it now for you so you can all think about how happy you are that you're not in person right now. You're gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, we just might get it tonight. You might have already got it and never even knew it. I figure you'll be fine if you do, so screw it. Coming here might have been ill-advised if your roommate's immunocompromised. 'Cause you're gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, we just might get it tonight. Well, you wake up one night and you're not feeling right, sore throat, fever and cough. Well, if you're not vaxxed, I hope your credit card is maxed, 'cause you might not be around to pay it off. But I'm raising my resistance, I'm doing my Pilates and stocking up on monoclonal antibodies. 'Cause you're gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, we just might get it tonight. Well, the bartenders are risking their ass so we can have some fun and raise a glass. So Tip him well and tip him again between shots of hydroxychloroquine. Well, the markets are down and the inflation's up and the world is going to hell. Well, I'm sitting here singing, you're standing here drinking. We're telling ourselves that we might as well, 'cause it'll be too late to twist and shout when Omicron comes along and wipes us all out. 'Cause you're gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, and you know that when we get it, you're probably gonna spread it. You're gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, we just might get it tonight.
Goodness. I think actually we are well on the path to all of us having gotten it. Too bad. Okay, well, we are all on, we're streaming on Facebook for those of you who don't care to interact. But hello to Sybil and Roger and Michaela and Laura. It's so nice to see you here. Laura, I think that you tried to find us on YouTube. That doesn't seem to be working today. So here we are on Zoom. And I'm going to just do this quick little ditty. But before I do, I want to remind everyone that if you're on Zoom, open up the chat, because there's stuff going on in there that you will probably want to know about. Where are all the Gretas and Marlenas and all the Mae Wests? Where are they? No one tells the boys, come up and see me sometime. That's all out of style nowadays. But I still long for old-time steamy romance and satin gowns and stockings with seams and men that wear trench coats and fedora hats. I wish they'd bring that all back, 'cause I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to whistle like Bacall and have 'em all eating from my hand. They put me on a pedestal, competing for my glance. I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. Though I am a liberated woman, sometimes I'd prefer to be a tease. And when I see those starlets with eyes come hither soft, I could pull that off, it seems to me. See? And men would buy me clothes and bring me jewelry and open doors and pull me out a seat and then stand by politely until I'd sit, enjoy my sparkling wit, a little risque repartee with a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to be the party doll that upsets all their other plans. I know it isn't fashionable, but it's so elegant. I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. Dietrich and Davis, they had it made. Mansfield and Monroe, hey, where'd they all go? Well, the women we admire now in the movies are all doctors and lawyers and chiefs. They don't flutter their lashes or swing their hips. They don't pout their lips or sit on anyone's knee. And if they're in some older profession, they've all been reformed by Act 3. They've given up their cigarettes and champagne. I guess we've come a long way, but I sure miss the day of the femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to give the boys the eye, call some guy my honey lamb. I'd have 'em all in a spell, I'd have 'em in a trance. If I was a femme fatale, I would be sensational. I want to be a vamp. Thank you. So we'll just keep doing this, going round and round. Until our
Round
time
and
is
round.
up. Round and round.
So we're back to us. How exciting. So we wrote this one a few years back on a song prompt that we got from a singer-songwriter who many of us know named John D. Lamb. And he runs Lamb's Songwriting Retreat. And he gives you a song assignment at the beginning of the retreat that you have to finish by the end. And he wanted to really challenge me. So he pulled me aside and said, I got something for you. I've been doing some research. You live in Bay City, don't you? And I said, well, yeah, and at the time I did. And he said, well, at the turn of the last century, the most popular prostitute amongst all the politicians was a nameless girl. She didn't go by her name. And politicians found out that she knew all the secrets in town, and they also knew she had narcolepsy. So they waited for her to go into a narcoleptic fit, and then they buried her alive. There's your song assignment. So usually you get like one little thing, like failed products, invention, just some little phrase. I got this entire story. So from that entire story grew this song. And I got it done just in time to play it at the end of the retreat. It's called Girl with No Name. Ready?
I am.
I walk a cobblestone street away from the house where the girls like me sleep. Take the trolley to town. The men here who know me turn their faces down. In this broken town, I took my dreams and buried them so deep. So they're beautiful, unbroken. They hold power over me. drank Sam down to the scrapyard and melted them down. And this broken town still haunted by a girl without a name. But the hookers at Old City Hall hold office there today. And everybody knows. Everybody knows. Nobody sees.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It was a really good song prompt.
Yeah.
Good for John Lamb for giving me that one.
Well, good for you for taking it and not flaking out.
Exactly.
So
I believe that means it's my turn. Is that what it means?
I believe that means that, yes.
That was beautiful. I hate to ruin what you did with what I'm about to do, but it was quite lovely. It's just you got me thinking about a song prompt that I got from SWRFA, Southwest Regional Folk Alliance, and the prompt was "Never Ending Story," and this is what I came up with. There's nothing all that special about John. Born and raised in an average house, in an average town, an average lawn. But I'll tell you, if you ever met the guy, you'd swear he had some magic by the twinkle in his eye. And if you were to buy our John a beer and pass him your guitar, I know what you would hear. Just a never-ending story about a boy who loves a girl, found him in the darkness and brightened up his world. And the only way he knows to thank the Lord in all his glory, he writes another goddamn song about the never-ending story. He'll tell you how she found him in a daze, at the bottom of a bottle, gently changed his ways, and he swore that if she'd ever be his wife, he'd set their love to music, sell 1 million and make a life. But Lady Luck is yet to come along, and since his lady hasn't left him yet, he feels compelled to write a song about the never-ending story about a boy who loves a girl, found him in the darkness and brightened up his world. And the only way he knows to thank the Lord in all his glory, he writes another frickin' song about the never-ending story. You may ask how all this information I have come to know. It's just something his wife said in bed when he was at a show about the never-ending story. One of the girls found him with an only way he knows. Thank the Lord in all his glory. He writes another freaking song about 20 years too long, about a love gone wrong in the never-ending story. It's a never-ending story. Oh, it's a never-ending story. Story. Story.
I absolutely love that.
Thank you.
My face is going to hurt so bad from laughing.
Really?
Sorry about hurting your face.
Yeah, well, you know, you've always hurt my face.
Well, you only hurt the faces you love, after all. Writing things from prompts and challenges. Swerfa is the one that amazes me because we're supposed to do the song at the Sunday morning brunch after having attended workshops and showcases and more showcases and the Beatle Jam till 4 a.m. And somewhere in there, you're going to write a song, right? Right. And yet, people get up there and do things that you would swear it took them years to write, and you know that they got their prompt on Thursday afternoon. So I have a couple of those, but I have this one. It was from a different kind of song challenge, and I was doing it while I was on the road. And it was 14 days, 14 songs, and no prompts. You just had to figure it out on your own. So I'm going from Grand Junction, Colorado, to Salt Lake City between two house concerts. And when I called the people in Salt Lake City, they said, don't take 70 to 15, go up over the mountain at 6 and take that instead. Well, when I got to 6, I looked up there and there was a storm going on and it was getting dark, and I decided not to try to drive up across the mountain in a storm at night. And I kept going on 70. It wasn't night yet. It was late in the afternoon, but I knew it would be night before I got to Salt Lake City. So I drove on 70, and I am eternally grateful that that's what happened, because southern Utah is the most heart-stoppingly gorgeous place I've ever seen. And so I'm driving through all this incredible rock formations and whatnot, and it's all kind of orangey red, and Andy was not with me, and I'm thinking, God, he'd just love this. And so I thought, well, I should get out and take a picture. So the next one I came to, I got out, and I held my little phone in my hand, and I thought, nah, he's not going to get it from this. And we were in the middle of one of those 14 days things, so the opportunity to write him a song instead was right there, and here's the song. This is me driving along the road. That was a rock formation. Let me take you west and fill your eyes with beauty. I could show you pictures, but they'd just be small and puny. And you would not feel satisfied. You would not feel blessed like if you saw it with your own eyes. Let me take you west. Let me take you west to timeless earthly majesty in ever-changing robes and jewels left here by the sea. 'Cause you will hear me speak of it, and I will seem obsessed. So there is only one solution. Let me take you west. Let me take you west through silent brooding canyons and the shouts of pointed rocky spires, reaching for the heavens. Spend a day or spend a lifetime, whatever you suggest. Let me show you how I love you. Let me take you west. Imagine this at sunset. Let me take you west. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And that is, I made that drive several times, and when you come into Salt Lake City, it is so utterly striking when you get into that bowl that is Salt Lake City. It's incredible. Hey, we're up. So I'll play a song off our record. Our record. I'm dating myself. Our iTunes release. This is a song I wrote for Eric. It's for you, Schwartz. This one's for you. I'm sure you'll recognize our story in this. It's called Ember. You ready?
I am.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You burn like an ember inside me, till time turned that spark into flame. Once I dreamed of a day you'd come take me away. Now I wake up and say your sweet children asleep. There's so many things that we probably should do, but it's quiet and still. I don't have a will. I'm so happy just lying here looking at you. You still burn like an ember inside me. All this time and my heart still aflame. Once I dreamed of a day you'd come take me away. Now I wake up and say your sweet name. Once I dreamed of a day you'd come take me away. Now I wake up and say your sweet name. Yeah.
That is sweet. I love
Lovely.
Now, you know,
And I wasn't late.
I never got the chance to play it for you,
that. Oh.
so
Oh.
I'm glad I had this moment.
And
Eric.
I was not late for that first date. Just so you know, it just worked lyrically.
I don't know about that. I think he was a little late because I was waiting at the table for a really long time and I had to go to the bathroom.
She was in the bathroom.
And I was like, okay, I got to just go to the bathroom. That's when he came. So I came out of the bathroom like, hello. And it still worked out. We got married. It's all good.
You guys need to have a conversation maybe and work. I mean, you okay now or? You know, okay.
5 kids later.
So one thing about being in music therapy school is you end up with assignments to write songs. And in this case, it was just an assignment to create any kind of an artistic anything expressing the one attribute that a successful therapist would have. And I chose empathy, and I wrote the following. It started as a promise. It wound up as a lie. They waltzing with the question: do you kill or do you cry? You settle on forgetting, you're much too tired for bed. Rest your head on my shoulder. Rest your head. The snow outside is melting, but the ice remains within. You're holding down the fortress, but your armor's wearing thin. Your soul is on the corner, begging for some bread. Rest your head on my shoulder, rest your head. Rest your head, rest your head. Don't be scared, don't be proud. Won't you lay your burden down? And when you're ready to face the day, pick yourself up and be on your way. I'm always beside you. So don't you forget. Rest your head on my shoulder. Rest your head on my shoulder. Rest your head. Rest your head.
My God, Eric, that was gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'm going to do one I wrote for Andy. It occurred to me while you were singing, Jen, that the kind of songs you wrote for somebody you write, the kind of love songs you write for somebody in an established relationship are so very different from the kind of songs that you write when you're still in pursuit of that relationship. And sometimes I think about that when I sing this song, how different it is from the song I wrote for him before we were married. All full of hotness and stuff. This is a song of appreciation. Don't seem like much that you cuddle up closer when it's cold at night. Don't seem like much that you rub my shoulders when I come home tired. But I don't know what I would ever do if I had to live in this world without you. Don't seem like much, but it's everything to me. Don't seem like much keeps people together these days. Takes a miracle or two. That's still not enough to hear some tell it, and it sure don't seem to see them through. But in these tough and turbulent times, when love's so easily forgotten, still you don't forget mine. Don't seem like much, but it's everything to me. So many drops fill the ocean, so many stars fill the skies above. So many acts of devotion fill my heart with love. So it means so much when you tell me you love me, though we've had a fight. And it means so much when you say that you're sorry too, even when you were right. It's just a minor detail in the master plan, 'cause I'm just one woman, you're just one man. Don't seem like much, but it's everything to me. I don't mean it's unimportant or any kind of slight. I just wanted you to know that you're doing it right. Don't seem like much, I know, but it's everything to me. Everything. Thank you.
That was lovely. It's so nice to hear you sing again. It's been such a long time.
Oops. Oh. Hold on.
I guess I'm up. I'm up? Yeah? Apparently, yes. Oh, something's happened to Jan.
While I was playing my first one, and then the other of my earbuds fell out. So
Oh, no, that was beautiful. I was saying it's just lovely to hear you sing. It's been a long time since I've gotten to hear you sing, and it's so beautiful.
oh, likewise.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's been years.
I know, it has. It's been a long time. Same with Eric. I haven't seen Eric in such a long time either, so it's nice. When we were playing that song, and I was thinking about all the little things that he'll do that matter so much, and it's amazing how those little things add up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I get up half an hour earlier than him to make his coffee every single day.
Do you?
I do.
She does.
Uh-oh.
Things like that.
Andy heard you say that.
So all the husbands out there.
Well, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning to let the dogs out.
That's
so.
true.
Oh.
It's a good trade-off. So this is my grandma used to come to all my shows. My dad's mama, my granny, and she'd come to all the ones she could, even if she had just broken her leg and was in traction. She would wheel herself down to the front, and she would get out a steno pad, and she'd take notes. And she'd give me notes after the show. She'd say, Jenny, that's the best show you ever played. You're going to be the next Reba McEntire. When are you going to write a song about me? And so it took me a long time. I have so many things I want to say about her that there's probably 100 songs that I'll write over time. But this is a love story of their love, my grandma's love with my grandpa. Never got to meet my grandpa. He died before I was born. Now I can't tell the rest of that story. I'll end up crying. But this one goes out to my dad, who's there somewhere. He's Roger Cass right there on the screen. So this is Small Town Boy. There he is. There's my dad. Now turn off or I'll cry.
So he turns it off.
Small Town Boy.
Now that's love.
That's love right
That's
there.
love.
One small town boy from Missouri, 1933. Took his best girl by the hand, asked, will you marry me? She wasn't the kind who would make a man guess. She threw her arms around him, he knew it was yes. Oregon, Missouri wasn't a prosperous town. Money was tight, and there wasn't a job to be found. Industry moved up in Michigan, Great Lakes Steel offered the job to the man who worked hard every day and was good with his hands. One small town boy and his best small town girl bought the tiniest house in the biggest of worlds. Hardest of times were behind them, it seemed. They knew that love was the simplest thing, and it meant everything. They lost 2 babies before she delivered a son. Wanted more children, he would be their only one. He'd grow up patient and honest and kind, and he'd have his own daughters long after the time. And one small town boy with his best small town girl by his side in the night said goodbye to this world. He had no regrets, lived every dream. He knew that love was the simplest thing, and it meant everything. One small town boy from Missouri, 1933.
I'm sure she was so proud when you did that.
I'm sure she listens to it still. She just does it from a different space. Love you, Dado.
That was so sweet. Your music is so great. I just enjoy it so much. Can you hear my guitar? Does it sound like a decent volume?
It could use a little more volume, yeah. Better.
Can you hear my voice as well as the guitar?
Yes.
This song has no social import whatsoever. The banana's looking brown except for where I left that sticker. The spice rack is empty except for cinnamon, salt and pepper. Tea in the jar is 10 years old, lemon lint and chamomile, and a coffee pot is sticking to the maker, which is sticking to the counter. Soup can sentinels guard the pre-colonial cupboard, with hibernating honey tins of tuna and cardboard crackers. And now the brand new honey with the angel face wants to come over and see my place. And chewing on a grape/raisin, I mull it over. But I know it would kill the deal if she saw my Achilles heel. Telltale kitchen, if you want her to stay, you best keep her away. Telltale kitchen, oh, Telltale Kitchen. The microwave is broken, the smoke detector's smoking. Telltale Kitchen. Oh, whoa. Over in the fridge, the mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, and butter have formed an uncanny resemblance to each other. As the prehistoric bagels in the back are hiding from the dairy on the death row rack, as the fish-flavored iceberg spawns upstream in the freezer. Now you would think that the sink wouldn't stink, but it looks like it's hardly been used. But who knows what grows in the disposal after years of beers half drunk get dumped and nobody's fixing the water pump. Telltale Kitchen. If you wanna stay, you best keep her away. Telltale Kitchen. Bop. Kitchen. If you are what you eat, I'm maggoty meat. Telltale Kitchen. Oh. Well, the blender's on a bender, fermenting the remainder of a porridge of origin too ancient to remember. But mercifully, the rubber cap is permanently stuck there, so the substrate self-perpetuates ad nauseam infinitum. My ego is an egger, sequestered in the freezer like an Eskimo. They Lego for being a grumpy geezer, and the truffle of Drosophila assaulting the falafel make the Amityville horde look like a hospital ward. Telltale Kitchen. Words. Kitchen. Oh, telltale kitchen. The garbage has grown a bouquet of its own. Ooh, telltale kitchen.
I love that your first thought is not clean it up, it's keep her away.
Hey, gotta have my space.
Yeah, I get it. So the time has come to ask this burning question. Eric, where are you going to be next, and where can people find you online?
Well, they can find me online at ericschwartz.com. I believe my spelling is somewhere there somewhere.
Yes.
And my next show is at the Burren in Somerville, Massachusetts on December 7th at 7 o'clock. The Burren 7-7.
And are you doing any more online stuff we should know about?
No, but I think I may be getting back into it. I miss my online community. So
Yeah.
I think I may be getting back into doing more of it.
And Jen, how about you?
Well, we're in a big recording phase, so we haven't done a whole lot of booking because we're thinking about the next record. We're going to play it on the tracks. Rod and Annie Capps host On the Tracks, and we'll be playing down at Rod and Annie's place on December 7th. It's a Wednesday, so if you're looking at your calendar right now, it's the Wednesday, whenever that may be. I think it's the 7th. So that's our next live show.
Cool. And where can people find you online?
Well, at this exact moment, you can't, because we pulled the website down to rebuild it. But very soon, you can find us at www.theluckynows.com. That's the full band, The Lucky Nows.
Cool. Okay. And I am at janseides.com, and my next show will be at Kick Butt Coffee here in Austin, Texas, with Jenny Morgan and Kat McGee, who turned out to be this wonderful surprise a couple weeks ago, and she's right here in Austin. It's amazing. And the next one of these, I am pleased to report, it's on November 20th, and it's Tom Smith from your area, Eric, and Shanna in a dress. She's, I think, somewhere north of me, and And both of those people are amazing, and the songs are wonderful. So y'all should be here. If you know those names, you know you should be here. And if you don't know those names, you should definitely be here. I wanted to remind people that there is a tip jar possibility in the chat and also on the Facebook version of this concert. And welcome to Myra and Debbie and Stacy. I always feel like the romper room lady when I do this. And hi, Janet. Janet is here from about 20 minutes north of Tel Aviv. Hi, Janet. And I don't know where David is from, but his name sounds familiar. And David and Lenny, I don't know you either, but I presume that you have met these two wonderful songwriters before, so welcome.
They are wonderful people.
Yes. I figured they probably were if they were friends with either of you or both of you. Who knows? And let's see. What I'm going to do next is also about a woman who has no name. I have this project that I completed in 2019, or I thought I did. It's all about women from the Bible or actually people from the Bible. I thought it was going to be all women. It turned out not to be the case. Whose stories you never got to hear because nobody asked them. And so I have sort of an inflated sense of responsibility, so I decided that it was my job to tell those stories. And the woman in this song, before I sing it, the story is that she got sacrificed. Well, she didn't get killed. In biblical times, if you didn't have a husband and children and you were female, you didn't have a role. You were no one. And I'll let you know how she got there, but so the rest of what happened was, after the album was complete, I thought, great, now what do I do? And somebody said, you ought to turn that into a book. Okay, so I did. And then after the book was done, I thought, okay, now what? Well, here's what. It's turning into a musical, and the first draft is already done. Yeah, I'm so excited. Jephthah was my father, a soldier and commander. Jephthah was a gambler, and like gamblers everywhere, he made a deal with God. Defeat my enemies, give me this victory. That was his prayer, and in return he offered up the first to meet him at his door. When the goats came out to greet him as he marched home from his war. I am his daughter, his only daughter, no sisters and no brothers. After all this time, I love my father, so I danced out to the gate, came to celebrate him, but I found him crying 'cause he'd vowed to surrender the first to meet his eyes, and now his only child would be that sacrifice. And I would have no name, 'cause I'd have no life, 'cause I'd never be a mother, I'd be no man's wife, and I'd have no heirs, and he would have the same, but more important, I'd have no name. So he didn't kill her, but he might as well have. So I went up to the hills with all the other virgins. We sang laments and dirges and raised up our voices, and the men tell the tale. Jephthah's righteous glory, but they wouldn't have that story if I'd had a choice. And sometimes the women gather to mourn my pain, and they weep for Jephthah's daughter and her forgotten name. Because I had no name, 'cause I had no life, 'cause I never was a mother, I was no man's wife, and I had no heirs, despite my father's fame, and more important, I had no name. I had no heirs, let that be my father's shame, and from that day to this one, I have no name. Thank you.
I was playing along.
Were you?
I was silently, mutedly playing along.
The one flaw with Zoom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I've been teaching on it since the beginning,
Yeah,
and the thing that's missing is the thing that keeps the beginners into it, being able to play duets with the kids.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun song, though. That was fun to play along with.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear the whole musical.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait for you to hear it.
I know, that's amazing. I've always wanted to write a musical. I've said this to my kids 100 times. I love Broadway. I was steeped in Broadway growing up. I absolutely love it. And I always think I got one in me, but, I also have a day job.
You know what? So do I. My
day
answer
job.
to you, and here's what worked for me. Just jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, this song, the reason why we went here to this song, one of our dear friends is an author. He is based in Wisconsin. His name is Alex Bledsoe. If you have not read his books, you should read his books. Read his books, people. Alex is spectacular, writes just whole worlds. He creates whole worlds that you cannot believe the depth and beauty of. So he asked us, he's got a series called the Tufa series, and there's a pivotal moment in the book where a character steps up to an open mic and just reveals this bombshell of a secret that's been carried through this town silently for years. So the person just steps up to the mic and lays it all down. So that is this, that's the premise of this song. It's called Against the Black. In every man there dwells a dark and unforgiven place, where no amount of light could show redemption or replace the desperate weight of sorrow with the peace before it grew, and no chance of absolution clears a path that proves him true. My love, she found her ending under these same callous stars. Follow us, unblinking, knowing everything we are. A liar with two lovers, or a traitor steeped in pain. They'll stand sentinel against the black till nothing else remains. Lie, die, lie, die, lie, die, lie, die. With a jealous heart of malice beating reckless in my chest, I led my prey uncaring to the trap my anger set. Though my reason held me steady when it came my time to act, I stood still against the raging wild and cannot take it back. Lie, die, lie, die, lie die, lie die, lie die, lie die, lie die, lie die. Oh my darling, I have loved you out of guilt and out of shame. For the sake of what I did not do, I promised you my name. But there's no forgiveness coming for the man who owes this debt. Just no watching wits, saw it all and won't let him forget. Lie die, this is where you guys sing along. Lie die, 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 lie die.
Wow.
You gotta get the book.
Yeah.
It's called Gather Her Round by Alex Bledsoe.
Definitely will be reading that. Gorgeous song.
Beautiful. So I get together with Tom Prasada Rao, Neil Eckstein, Matt Nakoa, and Jagoda once a year at least, and we get together for about a week and we write songs, drink whiskey, shoot video, drink whiskey, and write songs and drink whiskey. And and we call ourselves the Fox Run Five. And our maiden voyage, our first show, was at the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival a couple of summers ago. So it was we have a great time, and this is one of the songs that we wrote together. And if I go away and spend the day in solitude, and you're thinking you're to blame for my quiet mood, I promise you there's nothing that you have to do. It's just my way of learning you. And if I hold you to the fire for something you have said, and I want to talk it out before we go to bed, if I question why it is you do the things you do, it's just my way of learning you. I've made my mistakes, you've made yours too, but the one I'll never make is losing you. And if we should survive for 100 years on that roller coaster ride filled with joy and tears, the only thing I'll ever find to see me through is being here and learning you, is being here and learning you.
Beautiful, Eric. You posted some of the songs that y'all were writing during that week or however long it was, and each one was more beautiful than the last.
Oh, thank you. We have fun. We go to the blues or gospel or rock or funk. So we have a really good time because we have so many various musical influences between us that different things pop out. So we have a great time doing what we do.
That little group wrote, I think, one of the finest songs ever written, which, of course, is called F You.
Yes, it's one of my favorites of ours.
It is perhaps the finest song ever written.
Why, thank you. I mean, F you.
Heartfelt, yes. So, this was written from a prompt. I'm going to change the atmosphere drastically. This was written from a prompt, and the prompt was, it was the year of the tiger, so the prompt was tiger. And I'm sometimes pleased and sometimes not so much to say that I just can't find it in me to do what I know people expect. So this is what happened. I'd like to say I'm not responsible, but I think I might be. I hear you cheering for me out there. I know I'm elegant and rare, and I think I am showing admirable restraint. Yes, I am. Fancy Dan there, his name is Roy. He's treating me like I'm some kind of toy, and I'm being practically a saint. See how his partner struts and prances. That Siegfried thinks he's quite the dancer, but really, I'm the star of this show, which I know you know. Still, I guess I've got it good. 3 squares and a roof, so I guess I can put up with that fool and his stupid microphone. But last night I dreamed of India. I was lying in the sun beside the sea. Life was harder then, life was harder then, yeah, life was harder then, but I was free. What's that fool Roy doing now? I think he was trying to get me to growl and give the folks a thrill for their applause. You know, just because. I think I'll give him just a little slap. Not enough to hurt, just an eensy-teensy little love pat. Just to remind him who's boss. Because last night I dreamed of India, lying in the sun beside the sea. Life was harder then, life was harder then, life was harder then, but I was free. I didn't mean to hurt him, but he's such a little squirt. But when the crowd began to scream, well, it was totally worth it. Because last night I dreamed of India. There I was beside the sea. Life was harder then, yeah, so much harder then. Life was harder then, but I was So there.
That was not where I thought you were going. Which I love.
Well, that was kind of the point.
I love it. So yeah, the song prompt thing has come up a lot. And so I was kind of rolling around in my head what grew out of a song prompt. And this is one that Pete Yorn, an artist out of California, threw out a song prompt that we should revisit the characters of one of our other songs, like revisit, see where they are now. And I had written years ago, I wrote a song called Dear Mr. President, and it got a lot of radio play, and all of a sudden I was like the it girl of the folk world for a moment. And those were real people. They weren't characters that I created, they were real people, but when I went back to revisit them, I found that they were in a very, very sad and awful place. And I think we often remember our troops. We remember our troops very well, but we don't think as much about the families that they leave behind. So this is a song I wrote from the perspective of the wife of the soldier in Dear Mr. President, who is in fact a real person. And he didn't make it home. So this is called Good Night. It's very sad. Get your handkerchief. Dad, you got your handkerchief? And your mint chapstick? Okay, this is Good Night. 100-year-old fireman, I lie wrapped up in your arms beside a fire. We're safe inside this place. I feel your hand upon my face and your heart beating. When the morning comes, you start to fade away. And I remember and I start another day. 2 men at the door, our son is playing on the floor, the baby's sleeping. And I can't catch my breath, they say there's honor in your death, and they're so sorry, so sorry. 2 little words and now I live another life where I'll always be their mother, but I'll never be your wife again. Your war still rages on, they say 1,000 more are gone, I still feel you. You're my unanswered prayer made to a God who wasn't there, I still believe in. Where does God go when the bombs ignite the flames? When he cannot be on both sides, but they all invoke his name. And how can God be true? He can't take a man like you without a reason. Children always grow, they do it even when they know they have no father. They effortlessly fly, they do not stop to wonder why their fate was chosen. And every day they pass your picture on the stairs. A stranger in a uniform with blue eyes just like theirs, and they kiss you goodnight. kiss you goodnight. Good night.
My goodness, Jan.
Wow.
Sad.
That's beautiful.
And so sad. Please cheer us up.
Well, here's the thing. I'm listening to, when you started introducing the song, I was like, oh, I know what I can follow this up with. It'll be of a similar theme. And literally the song goes like this. Of a song that I wrote. It's the same thing.
Same
and
pattern.
It's the same pattern, and it's from the man's point of view who didn't come home. It was
Wild.
and I was like, I can't sing that. And I was like, wait, I have to sing that. And I think I do. I think I have to sing it, even though it's going to continue to depress people. My name is Private Hannah, just a poor kid from Savannah. I've been a scrapper ever since I was a boy. I joined the army when I could to protect my neighborhood from those who hate the freedoms I enjoy. And when we got the call, when Baghdad had to fall, I pledged my true allegiance right out loud. I kissed my only son, I said, boy, now you're the one. Don't cry, just make your papa proud. But now it's me, can't keep the tears from coming down. When I see Old Glory flying from the church in my hometown, welcome back to the USA. When the plane touched down, I heard the captain say, I see the proof of what I did in every mother, in every kid, living to be free another day. Welcome back to the USA. Just in time to watch New Orleans wash away on a 14-inch black and white under dim fluorescent lights in a cold and moldy room at the VA. Welcome back to the USA. My name is Corporal Black, and I finally made it back to a country that forever shall be free. They sent us after Sodom, and by the grace of God we got 'em, but not before a roadside bomb got me. And I was watching from above when my lifetime's only love told the twins what happened to their dad. I couldn't hold them as they cried. I asked the spirit by my side, if this is heaven, how come it hurts so bad? But I'm proud I got to sacrifice my life to make this country safer for my children and my wife. Welcome back to the USA. Thanks for fighting for the right and American way. Sometimes it takes a bigger man to do what he don't understand, and hope the truth will come to him someday. Welcome back to the USA. lower the coffin, fire the cannon, walk away. But 1,000 troops and 1,000 flags from Pendleton, Lejeune, and Bragg are here to greet a new one every day, where silently we'll say, welcome back to the USA.
Wow.
Beautiful, Eric.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
We should just tour the country, play those back to back, and then we'll just go, thank you and good night.
Thank you. Good night. Yes. 10 minutes in and out.
That's right. They'll be so good.
And give them free Kleenex with their
Yeah.
ticket. Well, I have one that it's a similar subject. It's not the same. And it may be a little bit more soothing. But here it is. An old friend stopped by the other day to open up the closets of the past, so skeletons could come from their hiding place, 'cause change is either here or closing fast. And we walked dense forests of memory, knowing past today we didn't then, and listened to the soft and minor melodies, and sang our songs to absent friends. Perhaps they've received their heart's desires, where time's less than a shadow on the wall. And now that they have met the great simplifier, I hope that love's the only memory they recall. And it's funny how we knew when we were children that love had no beginning and no end. And funny how we'll seem to have forgotten until we speak of absent friends. I so love those dreams we shared together. I so loved our travels on the earth. Perhaps the dreams and travels last forever, as birth and life and death and then rebirth. And maybe one day we'll be reunited. Who knows what the universe intends? So raise your glass, raise your glass, raise your glass to absent friends.
That's nice.
Thank you. So where are we? We are headed for our last round. Or it may be second to last if you'll have short ones to do at the end.
All right, I'll do a short one.
Well, we have 20 more minutes. So
Okay.
it could be one round or it could be two if there's a short one that you want to put in at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We'll try to do two short ones then. We'll cut all the instrumental fancy out of it too, just for fun. This is a song I wrote when I was wondering what would it be like if an angel wanted to actually get our attention today. You know, back in biblical times, they'd appear and be like, "Whoa, I have something to say," or they'd light a bush on fire. You know, now I think they got to stand on a building ledge and threaten to jump. So that's where this song starts. Got a little weird tuning problem. He walks a building ledge like other people walk on land. He says he's gonna change the world. He says he holds it in his hands. He's in the spotlight now. He will not let them down. He has become the main attraction in this godforsaken town. And the people gather in the street with the do not cross line at their feet, waiting for the main attractions leap to fame. And now the police negotiator grabs the horn and tries to make a deal. He says, "We'll get you down, we'll get you help, we know just how you feel." But high above the world, the main attraction smiles. He says, "I thank you for your kind words, but I'd like to stay a while." And the people gather, point and stare, and they place their bets on if he'll dare to take one small step, feel the air as he falls. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, it trickles down in baritone he sings. He turns to face the crowd and throws his giant iridescent wings. He hears the people gasp and leaps into the sky, and he floats above their watching heads, still down the street he flies, and the people gather, slap high fives with the angels soaring through the sky. They say, "I cannot believe my eyes when he's gone." The cops disperse the crowd. They tell themselves they've seen enough tonight. They flash their badges, walk their beats, and break up all the usual fights. They hit the drive-thrus and they order coffee black, and they drive around the city with an angel on their backs. And the people gather, wander home, and for once they do not feel alone. They leave everything they've ever known behind. And the angel glides and laughs out loud, and he's off to find another crowd in another blind and faithless town. In another blind and faithless town. In another blind and faithless town that he knows. I cut Eric's solo. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, okay. You warned me.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Eric can solo on this one, but just, go for it. If you wanna go to heaven, take the high road. If you wanna walk beside me, take the low. 'Cause I've seen the kind of folks that get to heaven, and they're the kind of folks that I don't wanna know. Now Jesus may be selling you salvation, but Beelzebub's a better alibi. And you don't hear too much laughing on the high road, and I'd rather do some living before I die. Well, they will tell you every soul can get to heaven. Most of the time your mind is pointing south. So if you want to make it on the high road, Well, it's better not to open up your mouth, 'cause I've done a lot of trying on the high road, and all it ever felt like was a lie. And they say lying is a sin, so they'd never let me in. I'd rather do some living before I die. Don't count me out, don't count me out. I've got a plan, I've got a plan. Seeking dispensation from the guy who minted man, 'cause nothing can be right if there ain't no nothing wrong. And whoever penned the testament, so they also wrote this song. And so I got myself a guru at the ashram, and he told me that my karma's coming back, and I just might live my next life as a lemur after my Bacardi heart attack. Now the high road, it may lead you to nirvana, oh, but meditating ain't my cup of chai. And they tell me Hare Krishna won't grant my kind of wish, and I would rather do some living before I die. Oh yeah, I'd rather do some living before I die.
The solos were beautiful over here.
Were they?
We had some harmony going on and the big old solo. It was so pretty.
I was kind of watching y'all. I'm glad to hear it.
Lovely. On a similar note, oops. I will not be going without a struggle. No one will have to say, don't go gently to that good night. I'll be kicking and screaming and hanging on to the door jams, protesting all the way that I'm not done with this life. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth without the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes, and then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. I believe Moses looked like Charlton Heston, and I believe he had a word with God. All I want to know is, when is it my turn? 'Cause I'm thinking miracles can't be all that hard. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth with no damn noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes, and then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. I want to see that peace. I want to hear that voice. I want to know my place. I want to have that choice. 'Cause I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth and hold the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes, and then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. And then I'll be ready. No, I won't. Huh. And that sums up my philosophy.
All right, we're.
That's Eric's turn, isn't it? Who's it?
No, it's back to us.
Yes.
Back to us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Quick! So this is the, I had a phase in my life when I was in Nashville and I was writing with some really fun people, and I was thinking I was going to be the next big country star. And they were thinking no. But this is the one song that sort of broke out, so this is called Trouble. When I told you I would marry him, you said, dear God, no, not again. And then you mustered up your strength to wish me luck. You stood proud on my wedding day, the mom who gave the bride away, 'cause Dad was much too tired, much too drunk. I was pretty in a rented gown, already worn by half the town.
sitting in the palish at the plate. Saw your face and finally knew that everything you said was true, but it was much too late to tell you you were great. Tell me why I live my life this way. Yeah, I know better, but it seems I always stay trapped between the devil and the deep blue sea, where trouble always finds its way to me, or I find trouble again. Two babies before 21 learn to smile instead of run. You tell so many lies they become true. Married young, grew up too fast, left home too soon, thought love would last, and I've made all the same mistakes as you. Tell me why I live my life this way. God, I know better, but it seems I always stay trapped between the devil and the deep blue sea, where trouble always finds its way to me, or I find trouble again. If I asked you, could I come back home? Just pack the kids, set off alone. I'd find the pieces that I lost while losing track. I spent 15 years with the double-edged sword. I thought I'd get some great reward. Well, nothing comes from nothing, that's a fact. Tell me why I live my life this way. God, I know better, but it seems I always stay trapped between the devil and the deep blue sea, where trouble always finds its way to me. Tell me why I live my life this way. God, I know better, but it seems I always stay trapped between the devil and the deep blue sea, where trouble always finds its way to me, or I find trouble again. I find trouble again. I find trouble again. Woo!
Beautiful.
Thank you
Years
so
of-
much for having us. It was hi everybody who's listening. We're gonna go mute.
It's
Bye.
so my pleasure.
All right, I'm gonna do a real quick one.
Okay.
Lemon drops, lollipops, apricots and apple schnapps, mayonnaise, nonpareils, hollandaise, and honey glaze, lemonade from marmalade, quiche Lorraine, and peach parfait, licorice, tuna fish, tomato paste, potato knish, bubble gum, apple rum, funnel cake, shoulder steak. Slice of lime, candy bar. I guess it's time to clean my car. Ooh.
Oh my God.
I'm dying.
And he does it with such a straight face, too, you know?
Shoulder steak?
Jen, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much
Listen,
for
you
having
guys, I'm
us.
so grateful to you for saying yes to this.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you, Jen and Eric. That was really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's so lovely to see you, Eric Schwartz from Boston now.
I'm going to do one last one, and then
Yeah.
we can all uncloak and tell each other goodbye. There's a Japanese art form that has to do with mending broken pots. Yeah, Kintsugi, I think is the name. Yeah. And you do it with gold infused resin, and the pot ends up being even more beautiful than it was before it got broken. And that, coupled with Leonard Cohen, there's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets out. No, that's how the light gets in. But I contend the light goes the other way, too. All the lessons you learned are gold. All the scars where you healed are strong. You may once or twice have been broken, but you've done nothing wrong. All the outcomes that didn't match, all your plans and all your dreams, all that beauty you think you lack is ablaze for all to see. 'Cause your light shines through, your light shines through. It's what makes you you, and the cracks are there so your light shines, your light shines. All the obstacles in your path, all the trials you rose above, all those faults that you think you have, well, they are why you are loved. And your light shines through, your light shines through. It's what makes you you, and those cracks are there so your light shines, your light shines. It's true, you are not perfect, but no one is perfect, and that matters so much less than you'd expect. 'Cause your light shines through, your light shines through. It's what makes you you, and those cracks are there so your light shines, your light shines, your light shines through, your light shines through. It's what makes you you, and the cracks are there so your light shines, your light shines through.
Yay.
Thank you. Thanks so much. And thank you to everyone for being here, but especially to Jen and Eric. And Eric, I'm so grateful. You have no idea. So can we all uncloak to say goodbye? And in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to stop this stream and stop the recording